Welcome to Market Monday, where we start the week off with a quick recap of the last week in the markets and look forward to what's to come this week. So happy Monday, everyone. I hope you had a great weekend. So I want to talk first about last week. Last week was really strong with the S&P going over 7,000. There was a lot of other record highs across the board. It seems like the outlook for the US-Iran stuff was a little more positive. Oil prices fell by about 13% at one point. I know late Friday, Trump said that the Strait of Hormuz may be closing again. I know everyone's kind of on their toes, and that's what's driving a lot of volatility right now. But earnings reports started last week too. So JP Morgan Chase, Goldman Sachs, a lot of those in the financial sector like Morgan Stanley kind of boosted the markets as they started kind of kick off earnings season here. I know Netflix was a little bit underwhelming. There were some inflation reports that came out too that inflation may not be getting worse, which is a good thing, I guess, right now. But I think everyone's waiting to see more with inflation and then kind of seeing the impacts of gas prices on goods. With that, let's look ahead to next week. So as of Sunday evening around 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, markets are poised to drop a little under 1%. The S&P is down 0.8, NASDAQ 0.9, and the Dow 0.75. So Monday morning is looking like it's going to open in the red a little bit. It looks like most of that is due to the Iran-US tensions kind of escalating throughout the weekend. I know oil has jumped up too, so it looks like kind of as things have been going, the market's been following as these tensions kind of come and go. So earnings this week are huge. There's a lot of different sectors and industries. I think like 20% of the S&P 500 are reporting this week, so it's a huge week. I know Tesla, IBM, kind of in the technology sector, Boeing, 3M, General Electric, and kind of that industrials world. Procter and Gamble is one, United Healthcare Group, and United Airlines. So these are all big earnings, and I'm really curious to see what they're going to look like. So I think similar to last week, I think the earnings reports are going to be the main driver for markets this week. And then, of course, the US-Iran or just general conflicts in the Middle East right now having pretty big impacts as well. So look to see if there's any more big headlines for that because that could cause more volatility. Inflation will remain a subject as always right now. I think it's going to take a little bit of a backseat with earnings this week because there's so many, and with the Middle East stuff going on. There's the Fed meeting is at the end of the month, I think the 28th and 29th. So that'll be interesting to see what they do with rates, but I don't think that's going to quite come into play yet. So let me know in the comments, what do you kind of have your eye on for this next week? Do you have earnings plays that you kind of have in mind? I know with the markets at an all-time high, I'm kind of being passive right now. I might take some like really small short positions, just given the volatility. I feel like with Trump being kind of wild card, it doesn't hurt to have a little bit of exposure just on a volatility play. Thank you so much for watching. If you're still here, if you could like and subscribe to the channel, I plan on doing this every week along with a bunch of other videos. So I appreciate any support you give the channel.